to This Culture Never Dies, WNYU.org, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. every Saturday night. You know, you've been around for a minute now. When do you really get into the game?
Well, professionally, let's just talk. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still underground.
Right.
Like, I'm not with a label. I don't have no situation. I done performed around the United States, but, you know, it's strictly independent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's all Goodz. But I dropped my first official project in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
It was, Floetic Justice 1,
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Yeah.
Or, now let's take it back further.
Oh.
College Kids and Dropouts Volume 1.
Oh, okay.
That was like, I spent all my mixtapes up to now. I think like my first mixtape project that I rock with, personally, just me being an artist and studying my own stuff and wanting to perfect my stuff, was Floetic Justice 2. I did Floetic Justice 1. Before that I did Congratulations. So man, I got a couple mixtapes out there, you know, it's all on the net. But man, we just grinding, man. We just working, you know, taking it from ground up, taking our time, doing it organically.
I feel you. The internet has obviously been a huge reason for your success, and you're kind of one of those people who's developed as the blogs have developed, really. You know, bringing it back to like 2010 when Two Dope Boys wasn't even like, didn't even have their own domain name. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they did or not. But
I don't know. Two Dope Boys was. I thought I was late to Two Dope Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
actually, probably 2010 was around the time like they were really popping off, but they're much different than what they are now.
I got put on the Two Dope Boys back in like 07. I was a fan. I'm gonna tell you a little story. Let's talk 50 Good story here.
All right, word.
All right, so I did my first show back in like what I say 09, 08, maybe, with Currency.
Okay.
That was my first ever show ever. You know what I mean?
Opening up for Currency.
Yeah, in Nashville. And before then, I had seen him on a like BT college tour. And down in when I was in college, when I was in school, and he was cool. I met all his homies. You know what I'm saying? Watched the show. Like, you know, I was familiar with the whole Young Money situation.
Right.
But he was pumping the whole Fly Society thing, and I was like, yo, what is this like? Who is this, like, what is he doing? Like, how is he still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he just is doing his thing.
Right.
He's not with a label, like, which really opened up my whole mind, like, well, what's going on? And then I just was following his music because he was just a cool guy, you know? Like, you know, you got to support those, like, artists that are just like that. And he was just, I'm like, yo, he was doing the month-to-month mixtapes.
Right.
Only place I could ever find him was twodopeboys.com.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, what is this? Is this something I'm not even like hip to? Then from there, I got hip to like the On Smashes. This is like, around that time, it was like 07, 08. You know?
Right.
So, and then from there, it's just been a ride, man. And then I started dropping my music. I was just dropping freestyles for a while. I don't really know how I ended up getting on twodopeboys.com, but I ended up getting on there, and then I had met them. I performed out at South by Southwest.
I think it was because you met them that you started getting on the site, actually.
Oh,
yeah?
Yeah?
I saw a write-up from like the first thing, and Mecca was talking about how he met you at South by Southwest.
Yeah. I met him at South by Southwest, but I think I had a post on there before then. You know what I mean? It was
possible.
like one song or something. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what I mean? But shouts out to Mecca and Shake, man, because they've been holding me down since day one. All the blogs that kind of, you know, shouts out to the smoking section Gotti. He was one of the first people to rock with me too, you know, and since then we just been rolling, man. So I thank God for the internet, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, and that's helped you be able to sustain yourself as an independent artist as well.
Yeah.
Moving forward, what's your ideal situation? Are you trying to keep it independent, like that Currency route, or are you trying to, you know, sign with a label, or what type of label situation are you looking for? Where do you see yourself ended up?
I mean, anything that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, I want to, you know, because I got a daughter, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to feed my family. I'm coming in this for self-expression, but it always is good to make a little dollar off of it. But right now, you know, I'm perfecting my craft. I'm perfecting my artistry. I'm just taking my time, you know? Whatever makes sense, whatever is the best opportunity out there, like, I'm totally with it. You know, there's a couple situations on the table right now. Let's see how these negotiations go. You know, if it makes sense, you may see me doing some different things. You know, if it doesn't, then, you know, we're going to one monkey don't stop no show. We already got the system running, so it's not gonna break down. But it would definitely, you know, when you want to take it to that next level, a major is always good. You know what I'm saying, for the distribution and the marketing that you can do, because this is just me and my team. We're coming out of pocket, you know. It's no major investor, no, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes like hookup, no, you know, under the table politics, man. It's just good music and positive vibes, man. So whatever happens, and it's God's will. So we just taking our time and just we hope and pray that it's in the best interest, in our best interest.
No doubt, I feel you on that. You know, looking at down south, the market and the major labels. The last artist to drop an album off a major label, not from Atlanta, from that region, was Big Crit. His album, and you know, not to compare or anything, what do you think of like the way that was like promoted or handled, and do you see that being the type of thing that you're kind of looking for, like, you know, kind of not really a huge hit on the radio, but like touring and things like that? Or
I mean, yeah, like I said, whatever makes sense, you know. I'm already on the road. Been doing some shows with a couple of different electronic artists, man. I kind of dibble and dab with the EDM scene. Shouts out to my dude Mimosa. So I've been, you know, doing some spot dates with him on and off the road. But you know, the whole Big Crit has a great team behind him. Cinematic. I'm very familiar with their whole push and everything. I would definitely love to like follow as Crit is followed, you know. I think that he's a great artist, and I think that, you know, the way like he handled his business was handled and his album was put out, I think it was a hit, you know. I think that would definitely be how I would like to put out my music.
So without being like a household name or selling a lot of units,
you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Like, as long as my fans are able to get my music, I'm able to do shows, I'm able to take care of my family. I'm not really the type of guy that's coming here and wanting the Bentley and the, you know what I'm saying, drop top Lamborghinis. That'll come in time, you know. Everything is a process, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, this is all off from the ground up. So with anything, it's all profit. You know what I mean? I'm just taking my time, man. I'm just blessed to be here.
No doubt, definitely. So how can the people get in touch with you and all that, social media wise?
Oh, yeah. First of all, you can hit me on Twitter. Make sure you hit me on Twitter, man. If y'all following me right now, shout me out. Let me know what's up. But I'm on Twitter, @DGOODZ. Make sure y'all hit me on Instagram. I'm the same thing. My Instagram handle is DGOODZ. Or you can check out my site, which is www.deegoodz.net, man. Drop me a line. Let me know you're listening on NYU Radio. And I'll make sure I follow you back, man.
How's the crowd response like every time you perform out here?
Yo, I'm a, you know what I'm saying, I ain't scared to spit. So, you know, I'm one of them southern artists that at any given time, like, I'm about hip-hop, you know what I mean? So I respect that with New York crowds. They just want to make sure you're not putting out no pollution, you feel me? So with that, man, like, I mean, all my shows been popping. We continuously getting them, people showing up, you know? So it's the grind. It's the New York grind. You know, I know how they can be the southern artists. So I'm like, man, for me to just come up here and get love is just lovely to me, so.
No doubt, because, I mean, you know, they did that with Jay Electronica, of all people, Best Buy Theater, and then Crit himself has had that issue first when he first came out the gate. So it's great to see, you know, being able to do it without getting called out.
Yeah, them two big major artists, man. You know what I'm saying? So New York, man, y'all was on BS that night. You know
yeah, no, definitely. And they've come back, you know, Crit, I've saw Crit tear it down multiple times now. No, you know, everybody's getting live in those shows, but, you know, when they first came in, it's just, I think over time, too, I think the New York crowd has kind of changed, and the sound also is kind of, they've been more accepting of certain sounds these days, you know?
Yeah, the South stuff is cool now, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think with the internet just coming across, a lot of people are just being able to be hip to just other things. You know, if this was 5 years ago, a cat never would be hip to like Bay Area music or Southern music, you know what I'm saying, or a Memphis sound or a West Coast sound. But now, like, it's on the internet every day. You could check live mixtapes and then instantly you be, you know what I'm saying, you could be in the West Coast, you could be down south, you could be in Chicago, you know. So it's lovely,
it was about that. You have a track with Mac Miller like way before he kind of spiraled out.
Yeah, Mac is the homie, man. Shouts out to Mac, man. You can't say nothing bad about Mac Miller around me, dog, because Mac Miller is the homie, you feel me? I seen him from ground up when he was doing this thing. I met him through the internet, you know what I'm saying? Was actually got to link up with him at like a show or something. I met Q, his manager and everything, and Q was the homie, you know what I mean? We built. Next thing I know, it was like, yo, D Goodz, let's do some music together. There it was from there. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Casey.
Mhm.
Actually, a friend of mine was shooting a like documentary lifestyle video for him. It was I think initially for Rocksmith Clothing.
Word.
When they was like doing some stuff on the West Coast, and I just happened to be out there. I jumped in the car at the time. Like I never been to LA. You know what I mean? But I was just out there I spent like 3 months out there kicking it, and I met Casey. Man, he kind of like just hit me to the whole LA scene, and from there, you know, it's just, you know, when I see him, I seen him last week at CMJ. It's like if I seen Anwar too, it was just love, man. So shouts out to them.
Shouts
They're
out to
doing
both
big
of them.
things too, man.
Definitely.
So, definitely. Just to see all the artists that, like, you know, I came up with. I seen Rocky Fresh from the ground up. You know, he's doing beautiful things. I seen YP from the ground up, man. Like, I think that's just, you know, that just lets me know I'm going in the right path. These are my peers. These are people who I started with. So, you know, I'm going to see them at the top, hopefully.
Appreciate you coming through, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me, man. You know, it's always love. Next time I'm in here, I'm going to make sure to hit you up so I can come back through, man.
Definitely, definitely.